welcome back to a new video. Cutting the barley again. Cutting better than we ever thought it could. It's totally flat on this south end of the field, completely laying towards the south, so it is, again, one-way cutting, which is unfortunate, but it's doable. Because I get a clean cut every time I go north, so it's the best way to cut it for now. There was like a tiny chunk of the field where I could get maybe 5 or 6 swaths that were actually going up and down properly. And after that, I just had to go back to one-way cutting again. So, pretty wild what some wind and rain can do to a really good quality crop. Some people might argue that we put too much fertilizer on there, but I would argue no, because we get more feed out of it. And we're able to get it off the field anyways, so might as well put all the fertilizer that you can on it. And that's maybe a blasé way of looking at it, but I'm the one that has to deal with all of the downed barley, and I don't mind, so might as well do it. This is like my favorite color of green too, by the way, like the gold green color of just ripe barley, perfect for silaging. What a beautiful, beautiful crop, even if it is pretty flat. The quality of this feed is gonna be pretty great. It's right, like peak harvest time for this stuff. It's amazing. We've not seen a crop like this in years. Okay, so I was wrong. It could definitely get worse because I had a skunk. It freaking stinks in here so bad. So I had to go and mark out the swath with a stake just to make sure that Jan doesn't chop that up and it goes into the feed bunk, because if you get a skunk in there, it'll rot instead of ferment, and that is just nasty. You don't want to feed a skunk to the cows. So Rookie and I are just gassed with skunk fumes right now. Cutting is going well, otherwise we're just going north and that's it. So yeah, not much else to report. So some of you guys might be wondering, why are you cutting it so far ahead? Anytime you've cut barley in the past, you have to wait so that it doesn't dry out. Well, the thing is, this year the universe decided to give us great barley that has a lot of moisture in it. So as it's chopped, you can test how moist it is. I'm not sure how they do it, but right now it's sitting at like it's 70-71% moisture, which is, it's too wet. We want it at 65 to 68% moisture. If it's too wet, it's just gonna end up rotting in the silage pit, you know, and that sucks. Because we need that feed. We need as much feed as possible, so we need it to be at like peak moisture. So I'm cutting ahead now so that the crop dries out a tiny little bit, so that it will actually be at the good moisture, so it'll ferment properly instead of rotting in a sloppy mess. So that's why I'm cutting ahead. I'm also cutting ahead because if I'm not ahead, they will catch up to me, because I can only cut one way. What a glorious day. So, the following day, we were doing all right. Not off to the greatest start. A little bit of plugging up situations here, but now I had a plug up on the left corner of the swather header here, and the tarp stopped working, and I'm pretty sure it's not because of dirt buildup. It might be because of crop buildup, but Brent actually put a tilt lock on the header so that I can't put it as much into the dirt as I normally do. So trying to figure out what went wrong here. Oh, I think I might have found the problem just looking at it. I think it is crop buildup. Okay, machine is off, putting safeties on. I think this is my problem here. Looks like it. Crop buildup. Yep. I would be very confident that that's what is plugging it up there. How the heck that all got in there, I don't know. Wow. I phoned my dad already. I don't even know if he's gonna need to help with this, because I couldn't figure it out right away. Because of that silly joint right here. I think it got wedged because of that. Frick. I have to go underneath here. Well, that was indeed the problem, so got that taken out of that stuck little area there, and we're going okay now. Still kind of a pain in the butt to cut this, but it is what it is. We're at like, I don't know, 7 o'clock now on the Wednesday, and it's a little bit of an interesting field now because I'm on the next field. Basically, like the last quarter of this field is super flat, like still only laying towards the south. So what I'm doing is cutting what I can up and down, and then when I hit that flat spot, I pick up the header, drive to the end, go finish that swath going north, and I go until I meet that swath that I cut going south. I don't know if this makes sense to anybody. I'll try to put a diagram or like an animation on the screen. And then once I have gone back to meet where I have cut going southward, then that swath is finished. Then I pick it up again and start going all the way north. Okay, got my handy overalls on. Done cutting for the day. Gonna put tires on the pit now. He's like drifting it.